back.
Dus vandaag, ek het goed geslaap.
Fantastic.
Baie lekker goed en vanoggend vroeg wakker geword.
Yes, nice early night.
Ja, mens wil, jy weet ek wil nog inlê, maar dit werk nie heeltemal so nie.
Ja.
Nou, welkom. Baie welkom.
Yeah, thanks.
En wat 'n groot voorreg om saam met jou te kan kuier.
Yeah, it's a privilege for me to be on set again. I'm getting used to this now.
Salmon vermaak, ja, hy is hier by ons en hy gesels lekker saam. Salmon verduidelik vir ons die kursusse wat jy aanbied. Wat gaan alles in so 'n kursus in terme van in die eerste plek die kering van die jong manne en vrouens en dan natuurlik die kursus inhoud self.
Yeah. I'm going to speak English. if
Sure,
that's
Ja,
okay?
of course,
Yeah.
of course, ja.
We have two types of training, or two legs to this training program. First of all, we do a certain selection and recruitment with our own guys that we appoint as rangers.
Okay.
And then they go through the training process here on this farm at this location where we are, and that's quite a strict process, the recruitment and selection process. We get enormous amount of applications for job applications for being rangers, and then we invite them to a place normally there north of the power station in Windhoek, and then they have to do 40 push-ups. They have to run 8 kilometers under 50 minutes.
Okay.
And then they do an aptitude test, and then I do an interview. And then once we have the shortlist there, then there's not much left. I mean, we had once 150 applicants, and we only got 6 out of them.
Wow.
That was actually
Okay.
qualifying through the whole process.
Wow.
That is quite a rigorous thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we do, most of the time we do polygraphs on them.
Ja.
And then after that, those who come out clean on at the end of the day, we bring to our training location here, Camp Rhino. And then they go through a 4 to 6 week training process here.
Ah, okay.
But what we are currently busy with is we also make use of international volunteers that come from abroad, paying volunteers. We look after some of the black rhino custodian farms free of charge.
Okay.
And we use that money to subsidize our custodian farm projects.
Right.
It's money from international volunteers.
Ja.
So, and
Fantastic.
For that, we have then a specific training when they arrive in Windhoek. We we bring them to Camp Rhino, and we go through only a 10-day intensive anti-poaching training program, and that is what we are busy with now. So only 10 days.
Ja, this beautiful facilities here.
We are very privileged to have this here.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's an amazing location.
Ja.
So then we go through the 10 days with them, and then normally we also get applicants or students from locally from Namibia itself.
Yeah.
Right.
At this moment in time, we have 7 students, one from the UK, one from South Africa, and the other 5 are Namibians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone, if I can ask this just purely because we wouldn't know, in terms of the training that you guys do, what is the success rate in terms of that? Or does that also have a lot to do with your let's say your pre-selection to make sure, because you obviously know what it entails, the physical training, what it entails, so that you're not really set up for failure because the pre-selection process has done what it can possibly do.
Unfortunately, there is a failure rate, if that is the right word.
Right.
We have very high standards. Once a student is trained, he does an exam, and he needs to get at least 80%. I'm talking about prospecting rangers that want to work for us.
Okay.
At least 80%. If he doesn't make it at 80%, or if he doesn't make it on certain modules or certain aspects, especially physically, he should make it. Many times they can run the 8 kilos and do the push-ups, but once they are in training, doing exercises every day, walking 15 to 20 k's a day, then they fall out.
So typically you might have like individuals that might be good at the theory but not so good in the physical, and then vice versa, physical and theory. Okay.
Unfortunately, physical is the most important part.
Sure.
Our rangers are on foot on the farms where we work,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they have to be physically fit and willing and able.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understand.
There's no other way out.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean that's what it's all about. You know, it's like stalk and scout all the time.
Yeah,
You know, it's not getting in a vehicle and just drive around like a
They walk
glorified
15
ranger.
to 20 k's a day, non-stop, every day of the week.
Some on the actual content of the course. Can you give us a little bit of an overview? What does it entail?
Yeah, we cover the poaching aspects, the different kinds of poaching, subsistence poachers, commercial poachers, syndicate poachers. That we cover broadly, or actually not broadly, in quite in detail. And then we talk a lot about conservation and principles of conservation.
Sure.
We talk about the rhino and the differences between the black and white rhino and the significance of rhinos in our country and in our economy.
Yes. Yes.
With the tourists and so on. And then we go over to focus on map reading, navigation, tracking and follow up. That's a
Okay.
big part of our thing.
Yeah.
Tactical movement, fire and movement, ambushes, and a lot of stuff, and also a lot of about dangerous animals.
Right.
How do you handle an elephant if you walk up to it on the farm?
Yeah.
A lion, a rhino, and so forth.
Because the guys are exposed to that.
Absolutely, yeah. So we put a lot of effort in trying to train them how to handle certain dangerous animals.
And the training camp is basically based in a location with all these animals on the farm.
Absolutely, we have lions here, we have rhino, we have elephant, and obviously leopards. We have hippos.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's as realistic as you can get.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Good. What about communication? I'm talking about communication with each other. I mean the team or individuals. Then to let's call it the senior or the person in charge of the camp, and then also the feedback after some encounters have been had. What is the line of communication?
Well, I'm not sure what
When the two guys are walking with each other, you know, and they split up because of certain things that they've noticed. Do they communicate by radio?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have radios, two-way radios.
Yeah. Okay.
We have repeater system. We have we have excellent radio technology that we use. I mean, there's no other way.
Yeah.
Most of the farms where we work, we don't have cell phone reception.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the radio is the thing, especially on this farm. There's very bad cell phone reception here, but we have radio communication. Yeah.
So we get this right now. Here where we are, this is basically the training and development camp of Namibia Wildlife Protection.
Absolutely.
But the services of Namibia Wildlife Protection go way beyond where we are. It's a wide area that's being covered throughout Namibia.
At this moment in time, we cover about just over 500,000 hectares. That we protect rhinos on.
Yeah.
Right.
On various farms throughout the country.
Yes.
Everyone that worked for us came through this camp and this process of training.
Yes.
So this is our home base with regards to training.
Right.
Our head office is situated in Windhoek, where I also live. But wherever anyone goes, they have to come through here. Even if they come from their rest days. They go on race days. Every 3 months they go for 14 days race days.
Yeah.
All our rangers.
Yeah.
Afterwards they come for a I'm not sure what it means. Opknapping.
Like a refresher.
Course,
Yeah. Okay.
Just a refresher, and then they go back to the farms again and release the other guys.
A question that I would like to ask is that, you know, people that go through this very rigorous training program, and believe me, it's not an easy one. It's one that requires full-on dedication, as we've seen over the last 2 days. Once an individual like that has put heart and soul and, you know, financial resources into it and actually qualifies, what are the employment probabilities or possibilities?
Well, as I say, there's two different approaches that we have. The one is where if we have vacancies,
Okay.
then we call the applicants to do the selection course before the time.
Right.
The 50 Ks and 50-minute 8 kilos and push-ups and so on. And then obviously once they succeed and completed the training successfully, they get caught up into our operation.
Sure.
There's no question about that. What with regards to the training that we have now, where we work with paying students that come in, they come for the experience. Most of the time we have farmers and farmers' sons.
Yes.
That come to get the experience of the anti-poaching so that they can go back to their own farms
And apply.
it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
Great.
obviously we don't offer them a job unless
sure.
they apply and we have a vacant position and they have successfully completed the training.
Yeah, and I can only imagine that with this type of qualification. I mean, we're talking about Namibia now, but I mean, that's not where it ends.
Yeah.
You know, poaching is worldwide, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Our program, I just want to maybe give viewers an overview of our program.
Yes.
We start in the morning 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We do power hour.
Okay.
That is fitness.
Right.
Now we know and understand that you cannot get fit in 10 days. I'm talking about the training that we have now.
Yeah.
But still, the fitness plays a big role in finding your own limitations, etc., etc. Every student get the opportunity to get the blood circulation going and experience how it feels to really get to a point where you can't do one more push-up or run one more kilometer. So, and then from there on, we do an hour food roll every morning. The food roll is for the discipline. I have found through all my years in the forces that food roll creates magic in terms of camaraderie, and in terms of the discipline. So therefore, we still do a food roll every morning. That's part of our process. And then from there on, we have a brunch, a nice brunch. You guys can
Vouch for that.
Yeah, it was really delicious. Thank you very much.
And then we go through the day up to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening. And then our training is now, this 10-day training, 5 days is theoretical, mostly classroom training. And then the next 5 days is practical, where they have to take everything that they learned the first 5 days and apply it in the next 5 days. We also do survival. So from Friday till Sunday, they're doing survival. They have to get their own water, make fire without any assistance in terms of matches or whatever.
Sure.
Fantastic. I would like to know what is the association or the relationship with the actual authorities of the country in terms of conservation, forestry, ministries, those people. Do they acknowledge the work and the trained rangers?
We work closely with Ministry of Environment and Tourism, or Forestry and Tourism.
Forestry.
And also we work closely with the Protected Resources Unit of the police. And we really have a good relationship with both. Both those.
Well, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. You know, because quite often, private sector does say, we would need some more support from government and all that. But it's really good to hear that this is the case. Well done.
I mean, we are very dependent on things like firearm licenses that get approved in time.
Correct.
So
Yes.
We really get an excellent service from them.
Right. So it is. It's almost October 2022. How do your programs, let's say your year planning work? How does that work? How many courses do you have per year? Does it end, let's say, during the December holiday time?
Yeah, we normally tend to have a course every second month. I'm talking now about courses like this where students can apply and they pay for the training and so on.
Sure.
So every second month we have. So October we won't have any, but 21st of November, it's our next course, and that will be the last one for the year.
Okay.
And then only in January next year.
So this is the important question, Salman. Where can people find you and register in terms of this?
We have a very active Facebook page, Namibia Wildlife Protection Facebook page, and we also have a website where they can contact us from. And the website is www.namwildlifeprotect.com.
Can we just have that one more time, please?
namwildlifeprotect.com.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in
Just
getting...
click on the contact us and we get an email and we contact you.
Fantastic.
Salman, just before we finish with this discussion, have you got any idea, or have you got sort of like perhaps an opinion about the current surge in poaching that's happening in Namibia, beyond, I think, a lot of people's wildest expectations?
Yeah, absolutely. We are quite devastated by the sudden surge. I mean, we are operational for many years now, and this is the first, in the past 3 months,
Yes.
we had more incidents of people, poachers on our farms than in all the time before that. And I'm quite sure that it might have to do with the fact that in South Africa they are getting better geared and trained anti-poaching units. I'm thinking of the Kruger National Park, where those guys do it on next level.
It's like military.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
full on military.
Yeah,
They have contacts with poachers weekly, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they make it more difficult to poach there, in my opinion, and Namibia lies open.
It's like, it's absolutely, it's like a book.
Absolutely,
It's like,
and
or a
that's why
menu.
They started to put their focus in our country now.
Any successes recently with the sort of like the opening up or the syndicates that's active in Namibia that you guys sort of got behind or into?
Yeah, I must say our approach is not to catch poachers, is to deter them, to prevent them from killing our rhinos.
Right.
So we don't work with intelligence and so forth.
I understand.
So that we leave for the police. We focus all our energy to dominate an area where we work, so that the poachers would rather not come to.
There you have it.
I hear what you say. Good. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back.
We've got some interviewees, don't we?
Yeah. Good. Today is the day of many. If I can find the ad, then we'll be very happy.
FJ Logistics. We do road freight, mostly from our neighboring countries. We do air freight, from all over the world. And we even do ocean freight, for those not so easy cargoes. Most of all, we guarantee to always deliver on time. FJ Logistics. Give us a call today.
There we go.
We are back.
Yeah, I think it's this table, the surface is giving me a hard time, but then we got some help. Thanks, Solomon. I think it's going to work. Yeah, much better.
Okay.
I think it is the surface.
So we
Yes.
have an interviewee, a foreign national, somebody from the outside world here in Namibia. We're speaking to nobody else but Arthur Jell. Arthur, it's nice to have you with us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm from the UK.
I like the accent. That's why I'm
Yes,
asking.
it's fantastic to hear. First of all, I don't know if you are a fan, but we do know that your queen has passed away.
Yes,
Yeah, she did. And we, Dirk and I, we were fans, and she did a wonderful job. So, stay strong. You've got a king now.
And now we've got a king.
Yes.
Yep. So we're still going with the royal family. So,
Yes.
yeah.
From what area are you in England?
I'm from the West Midlands, so sort of smack bang in the middle of England.
So you're a Newcastle fan.
No, they're further north.
Further north.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm a Newcastle fan. I was just hinting into that direction.
I won't have any grudges.
Yeah. Whilst you guy in, I don't know what kind of beers you have there.
Oh,
but Castle.
let's not go down that road. The Brits have got the best pubs in the whole world.
Yeah, but I think we still have the best beer.
Yeah,
Is it? You can say that. Tell us about your background.
Well, I'm from England, obviously. I left school maybe 4 years ago, and I jumped straight into sort of the security industry.
Okay.
And doing all that sort of good stuff over in the UK. And also I'm in the Army Reserves with England as well.
All right.
So I sort of spend most of my time doing that. And then I don't know why, but this year I thought, you know what, I need an adventure and I want to do something a bit more positive. And, get out of my comfort zone a bit. So I was having a look around, looking for places that I don't really know much about, and found Namibia,
Okay.
and found Namibian Wildlife Protection.
And all of that online?
All of that online, yep. And then contacted Solomon and asked him what it was about, and got a lot of feedback, and was very excited about it. And then I flew over last week, spent a week in Windhoek just doing touristy things, and now I'm here with Solomon for the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Oh, so you're doing the big course, the whole
No.
katoots?
I still do the 10-day course,
Uh-huh.
and then whatever Solomon wants to do with me after that is his choice.
Salmon always has a plan.
Yes.
So is Namibia anything that you expect it to be?
Yes, in the weather, it's definitely hot here. That's something that I've noticed. But I really had, I'd done a bit of research and looking in tourist guides and things like that about Namibia, and what I tended to see was quite positive. You know, the environment here is amazing, the scenery is amazing, the wildlife is completely, you know, totally different from what I have at home.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, and especially in the city as well, in Windhoek.
Yes.
Really good fun there in the past week. Going up to Etosha as well. I went camping there for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, great.
To go look at the wildlife and get a bit more acquainted with what I'm going to be doing here.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, well.
A lot of people talk about wildlife, you know, and talk about Africa. It's like a romance in their minds. You know, we need to go to Africa, you know. Have you had any close encounters on this farm with the real bush, the real animals?
Well, last night we had the lions. You could hear them roaring. They were relatively close, not as close as I think they've been before.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, so I'm always looking over my shoulder every now and then, especially when I'm sitting on the wall behind.
Yeah.
But I got very close to some animals in Etosha. Saw a couple of lions that walked straight past my car window.
Oh, fantastic.
Sort of pressed the door lock very subtly.
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing to do.
And you know, elephants as well. I think in Etosha they're quite used to cars and things, so they tend to walk.
Yes, yeah.
past.
So you mentioned that in the UK, when you started off, you went into the security and also into the army reserves, and you know, usually one would find that kind of thing would entail humans to humans. I think you are here now on a program which is involving basically human to wildlife.
Yeah.
Is that just something that fascinated you, caught your eye? Is that?
So where I live in England, I live on a farm myself, not this kind of farm, these
Right.
massive farms. But I grew up on a farm as well, and we have game, and I'm also at home. I'm very much into conservation of animals and looking after wildlife.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I thought something that's passionate about me at home, I could do abroad as well.
Yeah.
To help out and do
So
something.
that's where the link was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine you find purpose in doing this course. And what would you like to do from here going forward?
Here going forward, I don't know. I'd quite like to take the skills that I learn here as an experience, in a sense of, for me as well, traveling, coming abroad, learning more cultural experience, learning about people from different places and their stories, as well as a wild experience of getting out of my comfort zone, being in a country which I didn't know very much about when I came, and the weather and the environment and the animals, etc.
Yes.
And also taking a lot of the things like survival skills and stuff like that. So if I do end up anywhere else in the world or go somewhere else, I've been taught by someone that knows
those skills in
doing
your
it.
back pocket. Eh? Yeah, sure.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's great. And thanks for being an ambassador already, you know, of Namibia, because I can hear in your voice the passion that you have. And I'm sure at one stage or the other you will go back and you will take all this experience and the beauty of this country and the people you'll take with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So there we have it, Arthur Gell
Yeah.
from Britain. Thank you very much, Arthur, for being on the show.
Wish you luck. And hope you're going to be so happy with yourself. Give yourself a tap on the shoulder once you've done it all and you've reached your goals in life. Good, you take care. We're going to take a break and we will have our next guest with us.
Vintage Bar and Grill. Your friendly neighborhood bar, where the food is always great and very affordable, and the drinks are always cold. We promise a good time between nightly DJ music, karaoke, live music on weekends, and even pub games. We have fantastic dry facilities, ample seating, and more than enough secure parking. So pop in at Vintage Bar and Grill at Jerk Sky Park in Olympia. Vintage Bar and Grill. Always a good time.
Ja.
Die baie is 'n
Ja.
soort van 'n bietjie meer van 'n profiel.
Yeah. Here we are. Still in the Namibian bush at a undisclosed location.
Yeah.
We are in the training facility of Namibia Wildlife Protection. For those of you who've just joined us, a hearty welcome to the show here on InfoStream Namibia. And our next guest that we have here is nobody but Mateus Mweuta. Mweuta.
Yes, you are right.
Am I
You
right?
got it. You got
It's-
it.
He's got a very unique surname, so I want to do my best to pronounce it the best way that I can.
All right.
Mateus, are you a Namibian?
Yes, I'm a full Namibian by nationality.
Okay, and where do you come from?
Coming from the northern part of the country,
Okay,
which is Omusati region.
Omusati.
Omusati region.
Okay, yes.
Near Kalongo constituency.
Ah,
But
fantastic.
currently I'm in Commerce region, which is Windhoek.
No,
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
where everyone wants to be. A lot of people, when you go to the
to
north,
migrate
people
to
say,
the
hey, one day I
city."
want to go to Windhoek. People in Windhoek say, no, I just want to get out of Windhoek. I want to go somewhere else.
That's the truth.
Did you grow up on a farm?
Not really. We only used to visit farms when we go for tours.
Yeah.
Okay.
When that time we were in school, you have to be going for tours
Oh,
to
yes.
Tosha, Wakanda,
I
visiting
understand.
different campuses.
Yeah.
Yes. So, as a fellow Namibian here, the three of us, what drew your interest to Namibia Wildlife Protection and doing this course?
Namibia Wild Protection, here we are being trained, and I'm interested to save our own wild animals and plants.
That's
Because
fantastic.
the ecosystem consists of plant and animal,
Yes.
and
yes.
we need to save it.
Yeah.
Mostly here we are focusing on our valued and special species, which is rhino,
Okay.
black rhino and white rhino. Those are the most targeted by poachers. And poachers are those people who illegally hunt and kill or misposition our animals and some crucial plants
Yes.
in the forest.
Actually, quite a nice attitude.
Approach
You
and
know,
attitude.
Yeah,
Because I
you
think
know,
what
we need to conserve and we need to look after the animals because the planet is about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what Mateus is telling us is that the real values and the morality regarding poaching is something that lies close to his heart, and prevent that from happening so that we as Namibians can keep our resources, and through that we will be able to earn so much more revenue in foreign tourists, foreign investments, you know, that kind of thing which we so desperately need in Namibia.
Yes.
Matthias, do you think enough education is done from school level
Not-
to make people aware of the fact that wildlife and the protection of wildlife is absolutely important?
Not really. The course here is being going in detail,
Yeah,
deep in details,
yeah,
how to protect animals.
Yeah.
Here. At school, we only taught about the ecosystem itself,
yes,
food
yes,
chain, food web.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
once you come here, it's theory and practical. The lion that you see in the book is not the lion you are going to meet in the forest.
It's totally different.
Totally
The one that we listened to
Here
last
we are in the
night.
camp,
Yeah,
and this camp is situated in the farm
Yeah.
where there is those animals. In reality, they are just sleeping over
just
around the
nearby,
campus
just
here.
nearby. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you see, this camp is not being fenced. You see, it's an open camp.
Yeah.
Animal can come drink water by nearby, exposing yourself to real animals,
Yeah.
not the one in the book. There's
Well,
a total difference.
Then you're quite right because we've seen some footage, a video
Yeah.
that Mr. Vermaak actually showed us of elephants that came to drink out of the pool here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The swimming pool. Look at how beautiful it is there behind us with the animals there at the
The
water.
surroundings are fantastic.
Yeah. So have you had any encounters, maybe not yesterday or the day before, with wild animals one-on-one, face-to-face?
Excuse me again.
Have you seen an elephant being close to an elephant or a rhino or a lion?
Yes. Because normally we used to go in the forest.
Yeah.
You can see those animals.
Yeah.
And they are ever migrating. You see where there's springboks. Springboks, they are very scared of predators, which is lions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the leopards are here.
Yeah.
Therefore, they normally used to be on their territories.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the black rhinos and white rhinos are here.
Yeah.
They used to be in their territory, and they can mark their territory with their dogs.
Yeah.
You see.
So, and you guys have to go and watch that and
And
check
watch
that.
it, yeah.
Look at the spoor and everything.
Yes.
What would you like to do when you're done, when you finish with the course?
Actually, since now I'm a qualified electrician.
All right.
Okay.
By paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trained by Namibia Institute of Mining and Technology.
Okay.
Actually, I have a vocational training certificate.
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
electrical.
Yeah.
And now, as we are in these camps, there's electricity.
Yeah.
And if I get the opportunity to work in such a camps, who will be doing maintenance on the electrical,
Oh.
I need to also to get exposed to the animals
Yeah.
in the surrounding
Yes.
camp where I'm doing maintenance.
Yeah.
Because you can't just come while you are busy fixing the lights, outside lights, and the lion pass by you, run away. And animals, they don't like people who run. Stand still.
That's very true.
Yeah, they are in their own territory.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's you to behave. Behavior is mostly counted here. Behave and then act like, yes, I'm in somebody's territory. I can't do what I want, but I have to do what the animal want me to.
That's very,
Yes.
very true. Yeah.
Fascinating.
We are in their territory.
Yes.
It's the same as when you're sitting at home and you're watching TV and,
Yes.
and a lion walks in or an elephant walks in. It's not his territory.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
What I find fascinating is how Matthias takes his electrical qualification, now learning this kind of stuff, which is anti-poaching, and linking those
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
and that will build the opportunities for your future.
Yeah, you can actually see
Fantastic.
the
Well done,
opportunity.
Matthias.
I think it's
thank you.
fantastic. Good. Thanks for chatting to us, and we wish you
Nice
luck
having
with
you
the
on the
course.
show.
I hope it's going to be fantastic, and may all your dreams come true.